There you are. The City of Melbourne will hit the brakes for the moment on installing separated bike lanes in the CBD. There has been a backlash from business and residents, and we know 133693 here at 3AW. Whenever we mention the bicycle lanes, there is a strong and firm reaction for people. Look, if you're in favour of them, and I know the Bicycle Network, they're not happy about this, but the bulk of the calls and reaction that we get here tell us that people do not want these bicycle lanes in the city. 133693. Do separated bike lanes increase congestion and make it difficult to park in the city? Is it good news that there's going to be a pause on installing more separated bike lanes? To tell us his reaction, I'm joined now by Bill Lang, who's the Director of Small Business Australia. Good afternoon, Bill.
Yeah, g'day, Dee Dee.
Is it too early to call this a win for CBD businesses?
Well, look, I think they've been full-on green lighting these bike lanes, and we've probably got an amber light. Like there's finally the people of Melbourne have been heard with respect to their reaction from this. And I think, as you mentioned in your introduction, Dee Dee, there was no consultation taken, whatsoever with the local businesses. No consultation, I understand, with emergency services. In fact, I was only chatting with a fire truck driver the other day, and they just, they hope that there's never a serious accident or fire in streets like Exhibition Street because they won't be able to get there and help anybody. So it's a start. And I think it's also a sign for everyone out there that, people power can work, and that it should be a wake-up call for every politician in this state that real consultations need to take place, more common sense decisions need to be made, rather than taking the opportunity to do things during lockdowns and all of these sorts of things. Like, listen to the people, Dee Dee.
Exactly. Well, I wonder if they'll also listen to the unions. We've had the Transport Workers Union now buy into the debate, and it's asking for the bike lanes to be removed because it's made it difficult for delivery drivers. What do you think, what effect have they had on delivery drivers being able to make their deliveries?
Well, first of all, it's not easy to park. Exhibition Street's a great example. Like what they've done in Exhibition Street is like, adding a whole bunch of cholesterol into an artery so that the blood hardly flows down Exhibition Street. So a truck can't park in front of a whole range of business to make deliveries to the restaurants of food, drinks to the takeaway places, so which means they've got to park somewhere else. That means it takes more time. If it takes more time, it costs more in labour and wages. So it contributes to the cost of inflation on everything. So, that's one thing. The second thing is anyone who's attempted to turn left in any of these streets in driving a car, having to look over the shoulder and really make sure whether there's a bike coming through. And I'd say to the bicycle brigade, like, how about everyone wearing high-vis vests when they're riding their bike, so at least they could do something to improve the contribution to safety, so they're going to be easier to see for everyone.
Yeah, or even, Bill, rather than go to the extra expense of buying a vest, perhaps if their helmets could be in high-vis colours, then that's something that's going to catch the eye of motorists. You're right, you do have to take extra care if you're turning. We keep seeing this figure being trotted out, and Bill, I don't know if you've got an answer to this because it's a bit mysterious to me. Sally Capp has quoted this. I've heard others within the council quoting this figure that protected bike lanes take up 1% of the city's total road space. So is that 1%? Someone said the other day that what they're counting as the total road space includes sort of nearby suburbs, like perhaps North Melbourne, Peel Street, out that part of the world. Or is it just the CBD? Because 1% doesn't sound right to me.
Oh, it sounds like a very slippery little statistic, but what are the implications of it? Let's just take Rathdown Street turning into Exhibition Street. You come down Rathdown Street to go through Exhibition to get onto CityLink, and they turn it into one lane out of nowhere. So they might say, so it's in that particular street, it's probably more like, let's say 20% of that street's been taken away from a major artery and throughway to get onto CityLink. Now, that 20%, when it's clogged up, you cannot move at all down that street. There's no hope of an ambulance getting down there, no hope of a fire truck getting down there. So these throw away 1%, it's only 1%, etc. What's more important is what percentage and what is the utilisation of the roads that count. Anyone driving down Mount Alexander Parade coming into the city, they see what a disaster all of that is as well. And it's turning people off coming into our great city.
Now, next Tuesday, Bill, the council is going to consider the city's transport plan and the findings of the Urbis report. And I'm going to speak to Urbis in a few minutes' time. As the executive director of Small Business Australia, I mean, you've just told us that the people weren't consulted before the bike lanes were put in. Have you, as the head of that body, been consulted by the council on their decision on the transport plan?
We would welcome hearing from the council. We've spoken with a number of the councillors themselves concerning it, but we would welcome the professionals from the council to ensure that all the various business groups are actually consulted so that their point of view is actually taken into account. It's not doing a report on transport about cars and things when you're not looking at what are the implications, what are the costs, what are the consequences for everybody that uses this great city, not just the bike riders.
Bill Lang, I thank you very much for your time today, Executive Director of Small Business Australia.